Hello everybody and welcome to LMM, and it's now time for another episode of Lawrie Goes a Little Loco. Now, in the previous episodes, you've seen me get a train set out of the loft and get it running, and then find some more stock and find some more locomotives and get them all going. And this has been superb, but there's only so much fun that one can have on a simple loop of track. And this becomes my problem. Without going out and recovering more of my stuff which is currently in storage, I only have a loop of this stuff, which is Triang Super 4 track. Now, this is fairly well known as being a pretty bad track. And you can see the difference here between Super 4 and modern Series 6. For a start, this stuff's on brown sleepers and the spacing is much wider, and the sleepers themselves are wider, and then the height of the railhead is also a lot greater. Now we can tell quite easily what series track we're looking at because of the number on the back. For instance, this is 6 series because this on the back of it says it is R605. This one is R483, so the first number of that gives a good clue to what series it is. Now, to make something a bit more exciting for track and give me something more to do operationally, I'm going to have to go and get the only other set of 2-rail track that I have. And this is track that is well regarded as possibly the worst ever for model railways. Yes, of course, I'm talking about this stuff. In the box, there is a lot of standard track. Now, standard track was produced around 1952 and replaced Rovex's own stuff, which was known as universal. Despite not being universal, you had to get everything one way round, otherwise it wouldn't work. And this track is known as being pretty awful. The points particularly are known for, well, not working and derailing things. The size of it is huge. You see the size of these rails and the size of like the frogs. I mean, it's quite nice. We've got some lovely things like the hand operated points there. That's very nice. It's very kind of hands-on, and it's all on this molded base. Now the problem was, of course, that this stuff that was produced, as I said, I think between 1952 and 1958 is where Super 3 track came in, which looks similar to that, but the spacing between the sleepers is much wider, and it's on black sleepers. I've got some of it somewhere, but again, also well-known and hideous track because it rusts. And the same as Super 4, it rusts and the fish plates rust, and so you get bad connectivity. This stuff, because it was made out of plastic in the early days of plastic, following on from Rovex's own universal track, the plastic warps and contracts, which means it doesn't go together very well. So my challenge for today is, first of all, can I make a simple oval that works with this stuff? And then if it does, can I make myself a more entertaining and larger layout? Say something for my little station to sit in with a railway going each side, making it an island bay platform, or even the Triang one that's in its box, and maybe even a couple of sidings to shunt things around in. And if I can put it together, will it run, and will it run well? So let's find out just what we've got. We'll lose that box over there. So the immediate things that I found, that there's 2 things here in boxes, still in their Triang boxes, made in England by Rovex. Now that's quite something special. And in here I have, oh, look at that, I was going to say brand new point, but this one's got the metal base on it, which has fallen off sadly. But you can see some of the warping that's gone on here already. And this one is broken, the handle's broken on the switch. It's obviously something that's going to happen when you've got an exposed switch and they're just left alone outside. Well, yeah, left alone, not put away properly. So that's a shame. Maybe I can put this metal base onto another one. Don't really know. So that's that can go back in its box. And there's another one here, which equally made by Rovex. Oh, hello. That's another exactly the same, but it's in a little tray. But it does have this lovely piece of paper with it, giving an idea of the layouts that you can make and how the points work. So it's got that lovely vintage smell to it. Again, this point is also broken, having the mechanism damaged. so they can go over there. Now this track's quite clever in the way that it goes together. Now you have a tab here and a tab there, which are like that. And what you do is you push the two bits together, line the fish plates up, and it clicks together. Like the Series 4 track, when you push it together, the two half sleepers come together and it makes a complete sleeper. It looks very plasticky. So yeah, I'll have a dig through this rather large, oh look, uncoupler. That's rather useful, isn't it? Could have the uncoupler, could have a siding somewhere and bring a train round and uncouple the train. Oh, that is quite useful. Another one. Oh, there's, oh, and a power section on that as well. Plug in the power to run your layout. And another one. I think that used to be one, but it's lost its uncoupler. Many straights. Oh, look at that for vintage. That is a very old one. That point works by just, look at that. Not even just, okay, that's got to go on the layout to try and get something to run on that. That's another broken one. There are a couple of different designs of points. You can see how the rail and everything evolved. I wonder if I can fix these by putting something in there. I wonder how many of these points are broken. That's another one of these wonderful slip changing designs. Oh, I am upset about, oh, that, there we go. That's one that's got a working handle. Wow. So, yeah, I'm going to have a look through what I can find and see if we can get a loop set up.
The first thing I had to do was clear away the majority of the track. I was going for a simple loop and just would not need the majority of the track that I had. And then I began on what I thought was going to be the easy bit, putting the track together. Now, it turns out I was very much mistaken. Putting this stuff together is one heck of a challenge. Sometimes the tabs are broken, so it won't go together. Sometimes the fish plates are missing or just bent out of shape. And then, of course, sometimes you push it together and the rail moves, pushing another connection apart. The plastic base might have warped or changed, or the rail has come off, and so sometimes the pieces just will not go together for love nor money. And I found it to be somewhat confusing going through it, going, this piece looks fine, but no, it didn't want to work. I thought I'd probably add a point in there because I wanted to see how things would run over a point if I was going to make this layout any bigger. And I also very quickly realised that the radius of the bends and the length of the straights is different to modern track, because I could put out a totally different setup than I had previously with the Super 4 track.
And here we are with my finished complete oval, and admittedly I've got a little ahead of myself because I've put this little spur in here with an uncoupler ramp. We put the handle up and it pushes this up here so I could bring my train in, uncouple it and take the locomotive away. So is the plan. Now, if it all works, I might be able to do something a bit more exciting, but just having a siding brings you a lot more operational possibilities. So first thing to do is give it a test and see what happens if it will do anything in this condition. So I've got the most authentic locomotive I could find to go on this very authentic track. The reason being this did run very well when we tested it. And I've got here my Bachmann controller, which we know works from testing it beforehand. I've disconnected it from the track we had before. And I've got these crocodile clips here. So we can just clip on and now attach these to the rails directly. And now we shall see what happens. Oh, it did. That's good. This is full power. Oh, and we're getting not much. So it's safe to say it's not overly happy running on this track, but it does go round. So the next thing to do, I think, is we'll shut that down. We'll connect this up properly to the power connector track I got here with my little Beauties of London thing, which has never been opened until now. And we'll pull out 2 of these power connector things, which I never thought I'd ever need again, but here we go. That's 1, and that's 2. We'll put those back in the remains of the cellophane, like so. Never thought that would come in useful, but unplug this one into that track, this one into that track, and now we can take these off and we can put these, one on here like so, one on there like so. The next thing to do is to check to see if this power track works. Put that flat, put that flat. Does it work? Yeah. Oh, yes it does. Well, things we've discovered is this does not like this old track at all. But the good news is that it does work. So I'm going to tidy up the rest of the track in the middle and then get my track cleaning rubber out. And we're going to go to town on this and see if we can actually get a decent bit of connectivity. Because the most perfect thing to go around here would of course be the Triang Princess, because that was produced in the same time as this. In fact, here she is. Now the nice large wheels on this, the rather coarse flanges, are designed for this kind of track. So will it run? It says no. Nope. Very does not like that. Nope. Nope, it very much does not want to run. So we shall give this all a big clean up and let's see what happens. It soon became apparent that trying to do it with this is going to take too long because it is very heavily corroded, this track. So I decided to move forward one and call in the cavalry. This is my Dremel with a little wire brush attached to it. And hopefully this is going to make things a lot better. But let's see what happens. Wow. So the difference in feel there to compare to where I've just rubbed it with the track rubber and to the place, oh, that feels like new. We might actually get some performance out of this. So let's bung that back on the line. Do we have a notable improvement? Yes, we do. Look at that. And then as soon as it gets some stuff I haven't cleaned, stop. Oh, look at that for an improvement. So if that works, does that mean that the old Princess Royal will now run on this track? Oh, maybe just about. Oh yeah. Maybe is the answer. I have a horrible feeling that I'm going to end up putting a lot of time into doing this, only for it to, well, not come to anything. But I'm willing to give it a try. So I've gone around the entire thing and it would appear that my Dremel's wire brush has rather, well, there's not much left of that now, is there? So now I'm excited for this because I'm being optimistic. I have cleaned the track within an inch of its life, as the expression goes. It feels silky smooth, so I can only envision it's going to work. Oh, I was so excited. I thought that was going to Well, blow me. That is amazing, the difference that attacking something with a wire brush will make. So that corner there still needs a bit of work, I think. And that bit through there, but I can do that by hand. Will you run over into here? No, it does not like that. So, but I wonder now if we get the engine that's designed to run on this track out, maybe Lizzie here will do a lap. Clearly she's not too keen about the idea. Oh, go on. Go on, behave. Oh, there we go. Or not. Oh, you'll just... Come on, give you a little push from... Oh, and the tender's now falling off. Back you come. Well, that's disappointing. I was hoping that at least this would go around it. Okay, let's see what else we can get. Well, we've got the D-tank. So the D-tank was a very good runner before, which is this little thing. So we'll stick that on and see if that will do. Oh yeah, look at that go. Definite slow down there, but wonderful. We can at least have the D-tank running round on track that predates it by, well, I would have thought about 50 years. If I change the point here, will it reverse over the frog and in? It will, and we can go onto the branch with it. Wonderful. Well, this is exciting. So the obvious thing to do is to do a little bit of tidy up, try and get that section working there, and then see if we can do some shunting with it. So I've now gone around the entire thing again with this. As you can see now, it's really starting to show the signs of being used, and it's still not brilliant. It's already oxidizing, it's already going dull. So it's never going to be a particularly good contact surface. I mean, how people built model railways out of this, I will never know. So we're going to start off with the D-tank here, because we know that seems to go around quite well. I'm going to put these nice modern LMS coaches that we know ran quite well from the other layout. So the first thing you notice is these bends are exceedingly tight. These curves, they are possibly more than first radius. And you can feel the coach being tight on its bogies going around there. I mean, that is quite steep. But let's see. Well, yep, that shows how good it is. The little D-tank really struggles then. You can see the coach is really shaking as they try to go around the steep corners. But they do go round. And they make a really nice noise. So the question is, if we stop it there and we move the Princess over here, if I change the point here, can we shunt back? Oh, look at that, we can. And onto the uncoupler, and away we go. Brilliant. So the question is, will the old coaches, which are designed for this kind of track, run any better? And I guess is probably not. I don't think anything runs well on this track. And off we go. Well, there's definitely some more wheel slip. Oh yes, a lot more wheel slip with that. Come to a stall there as well. Oh dear. Well, The D-tank is struggling, but it will happen. Can we shunt these back or not? That's the next question. Will these go over the point? They will. Oh, poor little D-tank. A little bit further, a little bit more. And away we go. Look at that. It's a lot happier with just one coach, that's for sure. But there's still a slowdown across there that I don't understand. And coming around here. It's not ideal, this track. It's really, I mean, I'm quite happy to have a circuit working again. But the D-tank can pull far less on this track than it could on the Super 4 track. So we'll go back, we'll see if we can just couple up to this wagon, this coach. Pull forward. And then bring that back up. And away we go with just these two. And yeah, it's amazing how much the D-tank really does struggle to keep these things going around. And again, over that section, it's amazing how much there is such a slowdown. I have to really... And then steep around there, it doesn't like that at all. I would say that actually I was getting better running out of the Super 4 track than I am this stuff. And that's disappointing. So I was hoping for something a bit better than this. I'll get the pole coach now and see how that will run round. Ooh. Let's see. The D-tank being the hero of the day. Oh yeah, quite happy with that one. Again, the coach does not like those sharp corners at all. And that section back there, still slowing down. I mean, that bit of track, that straight I see, actually does have a massive divot in it. So, can we go backwards with this? We can. Brilliant. So off we go, D-tank with the LMS train. Now, yep, and that's just the resistance of trying to get round a corner. On the straight, they run quite nicely, but it just does not like going around corners. So what we've learned is these bends are too tight. Poor D-tank. And then that bit there is not perfect, but we can fix this. We can fix this by putting the LMS plug out and connect that on the front. Of course, with the two of them, no, the LMS plug apparently does not want to do that, which is the Y9 on the LNER system, the Drummond tank. Wow, just pulling that, you can feel the resistance. The coaches do not want to go around something like that. Right, see if this will do a circuit with it. Well, that doesn't like it at all. Off you go. There we go. Yes, look at it go. Well, it would appear that this really does not like the track. Again, it will run on it. But you can see it's really struggling. It's a real shame because I always, as I said, always really like the idea of doing a layout using this kind of track. But it's apparently not going to happen with these. So what we'll try now are the little four-wheel coaches. And you, because none of those is a brake coach. So, see what these little things think about it. Coupling hook on that. Twisted, but there is a coupling hook. So coupling hook to coupling hook. Coupling hook to no coupling hook. Coupling hook to coupling hook. Coupling hook to D-tank. Brake fan at the back. Lovely. Immediately the brake van fell off, but that's fine. Again, it appears it's just so tight going around those bends. Now, I know the D-tank is basically weak as, but still. We'll try taking half this train off. We'll put those in there. We'll give it 2 coaches and the brake van. Well, that it can manage. That it will manage. Still doesn't like the track over there. But that is indeed a working train. And it does look quite nice actually, doesn't it? The little 040, 2 little coaches and a brake van. I was about to say, can I shunt it back without it falling off the rails? And I think the answer we know is the brake van just fell off on its own accord there. So we'll change the points and set the uncoupler and back we go. Oh, look at that, we can. So, oh no, the train has actually came off. Oh well, there we go. We have managed to successfully lose a coach. This is awful. The running characteristics of it are just abysmal. I mean, I was expecting it to be bad, but I was expecting with a bit of love and a bit of modern technology and modern engines to get some success out of it. So we'll try the Triang 37. I was going to say it loves it and then it stalled. Come around you come. Now of course this will stick to the track because it's got magnetization, and so the track is magnetic. So let's see if we can pick up these coaches with it. Oh no, they did not like that. It came off. This is awful. This is absolutely awful. I don't know what I was expecting, but I think I was expecting it to be better than this. Nope, we lost the coach. Well, my train's abandoned over there because it's come off the line, and my locomotive has stalled over there. So I think I'm going to put this down to being an utter failure. This stuff is rubbish. No wonder we moved away from it. I mean, it really does make you appreciate how good modern track is, because this is terrible. Even the stuff that's designed to run on it, like the Princess, doesn't want to run on it. And I can't really do anything to get it any cleaner. It's been properly cleaned using the wire brush on it, and the problem is it just doesn't come up. Like this short piece here, you give it a clean, it goes shiny. 10 minutes later it's gone dull again. It is terrible. It's quite amusing how the entire train has actually come off there. The modern stuff just does not want to run on it. But you can feel even, I think it's out of gauge actually. You can feel there as it goes over the 2, everything does. It's all too tight. I mean, if I don't think there's enough track there to make an oval out of second radius. I might have more luck. But actually, it's terrible. So I think that will be the end of this, because doesn't seem much point in trying to continue. What we've learnt is I have a box full of basically rubbish. So I'm going to have to try and find myself some proper modern track. So how am I going to run anything next time? There is one more box to look in. And maybe that will have some different kind of track. So until then guys, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this adventure into, well, a failure and a trip down memory lane to look at this absolutely terrible stuff. Have you ever used this, or did you start off the railway hobby trying to use this track? In which case, I sympathise with you and share your tales with it and how you got it to work. Or if you think it was just worth throwing it all away because it's terrible, or if there is some kind of secret to make it work better than this. Because, yeah, this is terrible. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share this video with your friends and leave a comment. And if you've enjoyed this one, how about clicking up there for the last Lawrie Goes a Little Loco, where we had a look at what would run out of the box, which was some of the engines we've seen today. Or how about clicking over there, where it all started off with Lawrie Goes a Little Loco episode 1, where we got the little 37 that's over there, and we got that out of its box and got it running. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.